Hey guys, and welcome to Skyworld In. This video we're going to talk about the capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. Let's see what the city has to offer and why you might consider visiting it. Astana is located in the central Kazakhstan. The city changed names so many times that at the time of our visit it was still Nur-Sultan, named after Nur-Sultana survived the first president, so don't get surprised if you hear me referring to the city as Nur-Sultan, but now it's Astana again. The city is split into two parts by the Ashim River, the old part and the new part. Let's start with the old part first. This is where you find the old neighborhoods of 5-story buildings and the abundance of Soviet heritage. There's a railroad terminal, a market, some colleges, and honestly this part has a very typical look of many post-Soviet cities. But don't get the impression that this part of town is boring, because it has a charm too. The old Astana and the new Astana. Now, let's take a look at the new part. Astronaut surprised me in a big way, because I didn't expect it to have so much amazing architecture, like Palace of Peace and Reconciliation in the form of a pyramid constructed in 2006 to house the Congress of Leaders of the World and Traditional Religions in Azerbaijan. Center in the form of a futuristic Kazakh National University of the Arts. Extend Central Concert Hall and many others. The main square of the city is the Independence Square. In the center there's a monument alley. It's a symbol of freedom and prosperity of Kazakhstan. 2017, all eyes were in Astana when it was hosting Expo 2017. The theme was Future Energy. Kazakhstan exhibition was in this interesting building that looks like a bowling ball. It was impressive, but left many people wondering whether it was worth spending $2.1 billion on this event without getting much in return. Astana is like a mix of several cities. It reminded me of Beijing, Abu Dhabi, and Moscow at the same time. Why, look at this building, looks like one of those 7 Stalin skyscrapers in Moscow. This one obviously takes you to Beijing, and the number of large impressive mosques reminds you of the Middle East. Let's look at some of them. Nur Astana Mosque. It was built in 2005 in a modern Oriental style. The mosque was built with the financial support from the Emir of Qatar, Hamad bin Khalifa. Hazrat Sultan Mosque, which means holy Sultan, a huge mosque with a dome and 4 minarets, and the largest mosque in Central Asia. The Grand Mosque of Astana, with a total prayer area for 30,000 people. It opened recently in August 2022. The height of the dome is 83 meters and the surrounding 4 minarets are 130 meters high. Let's walk inside. Boulevard, which translates as Greenwater Boulevard. Let's take a walk along the boulevard. It's 2.2 kilometers long. Foreign. It's nice, lots of beautiful flower beds and different installations. And the main attraction is, of course, the Bayrak. Behind me is an observation tower, and it's called Bayrak, and it's probably one of the most recognized symbols of Nur-Sultan. It's 105 meters high, and it symbolizes a mythical tree of life and a magical bird of happiness named Samrak. Nearby you'll find the presidential residence with an excellent part around it and the parliament building. And if you walk the other way you will stumble upon a building that may remind you of Atlantis Hotel in Dubai. This building behind me, it reminds me of Atlantis Hotel in Dubai, but here it's just a building that belongs to one of the oil and gas companies, because Kazakhstan is one of the major oil and gas producers. What are you buying? Just water? Because it's too hot outside. It's water. Unusual boulevard, and it's always crowded, and there's always something going on. Comes up. Yes, Sultan. The most famous shopping mall of the city is Hunchachur. Was designed by the world-famous Norman Foster, who's also famous for cucumber building in London City and pineapple building back in my hometown of Yekaterinburg. The name means the king. Among the tents, it's hands down the largest tent in the world. If anyone's competing inside, you'll find a lot of food courts, a movie theater, and even a park. Pretty unexpected, I know. Another popular walking area in the city is the Shim River Promenade. It's a pedestrian area with a lot of street musicians, restaurants, and a very unusual 300-meter long bridge in the form of a sturgeon. Thank you very much. In the evening you can take a ferry and go for a river cruise. Foreign river in Astana. The history of Astana begins in 1830 with the construction of the Akmala Fortress. In 1961 it was renamed to Leningrad, which in Russian means Virgin Land City. It was a time when the USSR started Virgin Lands campaign, hoping to turn the steppe region into a grain-producing land. Astronaut has changed beyond recognition since the Soviet days, but some people still remember the way it used to be. Foreign. It was really hot, and the problem was that there's not enough tall trees to hide away from the sun they're working on it. Of course, look at this huge botanical garden, but it's going to take years for these trees to grow tall. This is a northern city in the steppe, after all, where each tree was planted by hand. And now you see the small young trees being planted, and all this area will soon turn into a nice park. Resume, but I love the infrastructure there are. Many basketball courts in this park, running trails, and it's all well taken care of. Astana City is very spread out. Luckily, they have bicycle and scooter sharing systems. I quickly installed an app and I was on my way. Wow, so much fun! It took 1 minute to set up the scooter app. So simple, off we go. Tomorrow, it's embarrassing me. There are many universities and colleges in the city. Let's talk to some students. Foreign. It has an extreme continental climate with warm summers and long cold dries winters. How cold does it get? Well, let's just say that minus 25 Celsius is not going to surprise anyone here every year. The whole city is going to be covered in snow for 4 to 5 months. He's not going to stop people from being outdoors. Not really, I don't think so. Welcome for everyone. Why are people moving here then? Jobs. The economy is good. In the year 2000, the population of the city was just 380,000 people, and today it's over 1.3 million. Since Astana became the capital in 1997, and the presidential administration and the government moved here, big money followed. The city's fast economic growth attracted numerous foreign investors. For example, the skyscraper Abu Dhabi Plaza was built by Elder Properties from the UAE. It is 311 meters high, and it's only currently the tallest building in Kazakhstan and all of Central Asia. The downtown area is super modern, safe, and very clean. I love the convenient design of this. Trash cans, so convenient. There's a special economic zone called the Astronaut New City, established in 2001 to help develop industry and attract investors. Literature, decision. All over the city you'll find lots of murals. The construction is in full swing. Residential real estate is way more affordable here than in Almaty, the largest city of Kazakhstan. Another reason why young families keep coming here. Tourism also became one of the factors driving economic growth in the city. City has an opera house, Astronaut Opera, founded by the first president. You will come across the name of the first president so often away from Almaty, becoming predictable, named after Nazareth, of course. Another place that might be interesting for tourists is the National Museum of the Republic of Kazakhstan, a fantastic museum with a comprehensive collection of historical and cultural artifacts, ranging from the earliest history to the modern days. The largest treasure of this museum is the Golden Man, with hundreds of golden ornaments they found the Scythian person from the 3rd or 4th century BC in Asak, about 70 kilometers from Almaty in 1969. I'm not really a big fan of museums, but this one is really worth visiting. When it comes to public transportation, they have buses and taxis, but no subway. See the structure it was supposed to be, a light rail system, but instead became what the locals call a monument to corruption. Hundreds of millions of dollars has been spent since 2008, and they say it's going to take another $1 billion to choose from this gorgeous botanical garden. This is what it looks like from above. First President's Park.